The following segment is sponsored by Friendship Hospital for Animals. Emergencies and disasters, we all know that can happen at any moment. And most likely many of us have plans in place. We know where to go for help, right? But what about our pets? Do you know how to administer first aid on an animal? Do you know where to take them for emergency medical care? Well, as you're about to hear, knowing these vital pieces of information could save the life of your furry friend. This is Junior, a 4.5-year-old border collie.
Oh, thank you.
Don't let this cute face fool you. Junior is usually full of energy. Earlier this year, Junior and his mom, Karen, were out for a walk in Rock Creek Park with some friends when the unthinkable happened.
We were in Rock Creek, and actually I had just taken him off leash. He often does like 3 or 4 loops around me to burn off some energy, and then he falls in line and heals. We were just in a place where the terrain changed very quickly and you couldn't see that there was a cliff. So he went to do one of his wild man loops, and I opened my mouth to yell at him to come back, and I heard a yelp far off in the distance, and he had gone off the cliff.
Junior fell 15 feet down into a ravine and landed on a rock.
And he wasn't moving, wasn't very responsive. They made an army stretcher essentially out of their coats and some tree limbs. And then it wasn't far from Massachusetts Avenue, so they just carried him out of the ravine.
The group brought Junior straight to Friendship Hospital for Animals.
We knew to go to Friendship, and they have a good facility and a good emergency room and everything. But in the moment, I hadn't ever thought through a scenario like that before. So I was actually quite in shock and was happy that I was with people who were former military, who had first aid training. We knew that we needed to stabilize his spine, but they knew how to do it and were cool-headed about it.
It just blew the staff away, number one, that he was stabilized appropriately out in the field. And coming in, it was kind of an all-hands-on-deck sort of situation.
Junior's injuries were so severe, the doctors had to wait 24 hours before administering any tests. They told Karen they weren't sure Junior was going to make it through the night.
I sat on the couch and drank a bottle of wine.
But Junior did, and the next day, images revealed that Junior had a broken spine, a broken wrist, and severe internal injuries.
This is a picture of his chest when they came in. So we were looking for undiagnosed injuries, but all of this should really be nice and black, and you see a lot more gray, a lot more white. These are internal injuries. This is, bleeding that's occurred in his chest, collapsed lungs, bruising within the lungs. It's amazing what animals can do compared to people, and the fact that, he came back from all of this.
All right, you're a good boy.
Because of the severity of his injuries, Junior spent a week in ICU after back surgery and was a frequent visitor to Friendship Hospital for Animals for rehab. He quickly stole the hearts of everyone there.
For a while, when Junior was first coming for some of his rehab appointments, we jokingly told Mom and Dad to go and buy him a Superman outfit. He came into a lot of his appointments wearing his Superman cape. You saw the joy of the technicians who were truly the people who were responsible for making sure that he still felt loved, and every day TLC needs were taken care of while he was recuperating.
He was treated like a VIP.
Junior now has a plate in his back and right wrist, but he's back to being his rambunctious self.
We walked 4 miles yesterday. He's playing ball. His brother gets the majority of the balls, but he's still having a good time.
Just his story and everything he went through could bring you to tears because of the fact that he is so resilient. That really kind of brings back to why we do this job. What Junior's family did in that moment really did mean the life and death and the ultimate recovery of such a wonderful dog.
For more information on how Friendship Hospital for Animals can help you in an emergency, go to friendshiphospital.com.